Hi. So we're going to talk about all this stuff. I've done a few different rig rundowns over the years, but this is the newest one. This is clearly the one that I'm the most happy with, as has been every single iteration. But I'm going to dive right in, talk about my instruments and every single thing down here real quick. Let's go. First things first, my beautiful guitar. Check this out. This is actually brand new. It's only 2 months old. Obviously another Maton guitar. This is my favorite brand. I love these guitars. I got this one from Artisan Guitars out of Nashville, Tennessee. This is an EMD6. It's a miniature guitar. Obviously I'm not huge, but you can see, you know, it's a kind of a small body guitar. One of, in my opinion, possibly one of the only professionally made miniature guitars. And by that I mean they're designed for professional use. Not to say that you can't use a cheaper guitar for professional shows, but this is a higher end professional guitar that's going to have better craftsmanship quality, build quality, and durability. Anyway, I love it to pieces. The new models actually have a split saddle, which has really helped me keep the thing in tune because they're a little trickier than a regular guitar. This is where all of my sound comes from. Now moving straight from there, I have my microphone. Now this is a Beta 58. This is a ULXD Beta 58 wireless system from Shure. I'll talk about my rack, which is down there on the floor, in just a little minute. Now we're going to dive straight down to the floor and the pedalboard. Here we go. The Boss Chromatic Tuner, the TU3. I'm a huge fan of this pedal. I've tried so many different variations. I've tried the tuner built in to these two pedals, and while they're fantastic, there's nothing like having a tuner on your actual board, in my opinion, and this is absolutely my choice. I've got the Super Octave OC3, another Boss pedal. The OC3 is an older iteration. There's a new OC5 out, and there's plenty of other polyphonic octave pedals that sound amazing. This one in particular, I use the threshold dial a lot, and I just love how it sounds. I cannot bring myself to move from the OC3 yet, but still a huge fan. I have two of them just in case. Right over. Now this is probably one of the most important pedals that I think every single guitarist should have, whether it's an acoustic guitar, electric guitar, violin, doesn't really matter. All this does is it's a clean volume boost. So this is the TC Spark, one of my most used pedals on my board. Basically, I've set it up so it just boosts a couple of dB. So when I'm playing fingerstyle guitar, I turn that on so it's as loud as if I'm strumming. This beast gets a ridiculous amount of comments on all of my socials, YouTube, everything. It is a custom-built AB XLR foot switch. You can get so many brand names out there, Radial, Proco, they all do amazing jobs. And literally the only reason why I have this custom built pedal is so I can have the outputs and inputs in a specific configuration. Channel A comes out, runs through my quad Cortex into the console as my main vocal microphone channel. Channel B runs directly into my Loopstation as my loop mic. The last thing in the chain before my Loopstation is brand new. There's a lot of people that have noticed this. I couldn't be happier. This is the Neural DSP Quad Cortex. This thing is an absolute weapon. So much processing power, it's insane. I'm able to actually run my vocal processing and my guitar processing in there, so I use reverb for both of those. I have all of my guitar effects and patches. Apologies for rushing through this stuff pretty quick. There's a lot to cover and I don't want to drag this video out. Most of you hopefully have seen my other videos online. Please check them out because I do use all of these. And in just a little minute, I'm going to go through all of the tones that sound new on my Quad Cortex. I'm going to give you a quick demo with the guitar. But while I'm on the floor, the last thing in the chain is my Headrush Looperboard. There are so many amazing loop stations on the market right now. And a lot of you have seen my collaborations with the Shure boards. But there's obviously the Boss RC600, there's the Headrush Loopstation, which is unfortunately discontinued, there's the Shure Looper X, there is Loopy Pro, there's Quantaloop, there's so many different things, there's Ableton software, you can do so much ridiculous stuff with looping, but for now, for my personal workflow, I just want to say that I'm sticking with this until something suits my workflow. And I know that there's pedals that are extremely close to that out on the market, and I will be moving at some point soon to them. But for now, this does exactly what I want. I've customized it a little by swapping out the foot switches and done a few things, which some of you have noticed. But this is still very much the brain of my operation. This is a page turner for my iPad. which is right here. When I'm playing shows, especially if it's a corporate event or a private event, sometimes I choose a set list, and instead of me flipping through the pages, I can keep everything upbeat and I can just kind of scroll through my songs on the iRig Blueboard. One thing I forgot, check this out, is actually under my in-ear pack here. I've got a little sample pad up here. I don't use this for every single show, but for some of them, I love it. I've got the Mario noise for if I'm playing in Nashville and I'm doing my live looping mashup request tip show. But it's just got a couple of hits that sometimes, if I'm feeling the vibe, I like to add them into the loop. So, welcome to the AKAI MPX8. Very simple, very cheap little controller. It's plastic, but it works great. They're like $100. They're the best. I love them. Okay, so right before we move down to my rack down here, I'm going to show you what the guitar sounds like with these effects. I'm really conscious of not dragging this video out, so please, if you like this content, like and subscribe, follow me, do what you got to do to please help me keep bringing this content to you. So, without further ado, this is what my guitar sounds like. This is without reverb, without any effects. Even though I have all of these pedals in front of me right now, none of them are on. This is just the essential me plugging my guitar through all of this stuff straight into the console. Completely dry, no reverb. I got a little reverb here. Right, sounds nice and big. Okay, I'm going to work really quickly through this. The TC Spark is just a boost. Just a little louder. We got the Octave pedal. I usually use that with the TC Spark. Just to add my bass lines when I loop. Okay, over to my quad Cortex. Now, in order, here's my overdrive. This is the one that I use quite a lot. This is where I get the most comments about, questions about. This is what it sounds like. I turn this on. So that's actually 5 patches. Now the first and the last are a parametric EQ, which basically just reins my frequency range in, notches a couple of frequencies out, based on how I want it to sound and my style of playing. Then in between that, I have a clone copy overdrive, which is the first in the chain after the parametric EQ. Then I have a really short slapback reverb, and then I have a cab simulation. Not an amp simulation, but a cab simulation to kind of bring it more to an electric style sound and rein in those kind of frequencies and give it kind of a tweed bluesy overdrive, which is sort of my flavor. And then I put another parametric EQ on to kind of notch some frequencies back out again after it's been overdriven. So that is my overdrive signal. Kind of complex, and it's still taking me a while. I'm still dialing it in, but once I do, I will create a patch and make it available to anyone who has this pedal, as I will with this entire scene, actually. So I have a wah. This is actually a really cool one. This is a parametric EQ. I've just called it para, but it takes a really bright, rich acoustic tone and just completely flattens it. So I like this pedal for when I'm playing kind of like slow, kind of bluesy songs. Kind of cool. Then I have what's called freeze. I start a few songs with this pedal, and that's just where I kind of play a real quick, maybe I'll do maybe like an E. And it just takes the note and kind of rolls with it. So Kind of cool, kind of pretty. All right, a tap delay. And then that is it for the guitar. Then I have my vocal. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I have a mute switch on that vocal, which I engage quite a lot actually in between songs sometimes, or if I want to run on around the stage. But more often when I'm playing at a big venue and I'm getting a lot of the slap back of the stage audio and I'm trying to loop and keep in time, I have to mute this microphone so it doesn't pick up all of the stage noise and hopefully not even add it into the loop. So I have that, and I have 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, a little reverb on the vocal. And I have it available at my foot right here so I can toggle it on and off if I don't have an audio engineer out the front of house doing that for me. Sometimes I'm playing shows by myself that I set up the PA, I set up the entire production, and all I have to do is turn that reverb on and off when I'm singing or when I'm speaking. Oh, almost forgot. I have a little expression pedal over here, a tiny little Dunlop expression pedal. Now that is set up to the Loopstation at my foot here, and all it does is control the volume of my loop. So I can do live fade outs. I can pull songs out and then back in the middle. So it's essentially like muting the whole loop while it's still playing. So I can kind of drop out and drop back in instead of stop start again from the playhead. Very, very helpful little pedal. All right, let's go over to this bit. Okay, this. We have arrived, ladies and gentlemen, at my mini rack. This thing is stupid good. It's stupid good. It's so stupid good. I've got my little Midas MR18 mixer here. I've got a ULX, QLX wireless guitar and microphone, and I have a Shure PSM 300 for my in-ear monitors. Super powerful little unit. I've got a little power supply here, and the back, I got all that. I do have a video specifically talking about this, but something I want to draw your attention to and kind of flash off a little bit is this new multi-core that I made up just a few days ago. There's a Proco multi-core, nice high quality. Basically, I've cut it in a specific way and soldered specific ends on it, like this is a TS. So this goes straight to my guitar. And let me take you all the way over here. Follow the fork, ladies and gents. This is the other end. We've got outputs 1, 2, 3, and 4 from my Headrush Loopstation. We have a microphone in from way over there. I have a microphone out over here. Oh, and I have my guitar input right here, which I had to extend this little sucker. I mean, it was almost there. It was so close. I just needed that little, just a little stretch. Anyway, that concludes my full rig rundown. Shall we stand? Should we stand together? And now, this is my rig rundown. Who's to know how long it's going to stay just like this for? But for now, I'm freaking pumped. Let me know if you have any questions. This is all the stuff, you guys. This is all stuff, baby. This is what I got. You let me know what you think, what you have, and if you have any questions. Thank you. Peace out. I love you guys. Goodbye. Let's go eat. Should we go eat? Let's go eat.